Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video with Rihanna's Fenty beauty line. If you've not been hiding under a rock, then you know that Rihanna launched her own makeup line. It's supposed to be amazing. There's 40 different shades in foundation. People are like legitimately raving about it. So today I'm gonna be testing it out on my own skin and giving you my first impression thoughts. So the brand actually sent me a couple of samples to try out, and one of the products they sent me is the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte. It's the Instant Retouch Primer. So I'm actually really excited to try this version because Rihanna's skin always looks smooth and flawless. So let's try it out. And I generally use my hands to put on primer, and actually foundation too, but today we're gonna be using the Beauty Blender. So it feels really nice. It's creamy, very soothing and hydrating, which is good because I have dry, sensitive skin with a little bit of redness, as you can see. So it's nice to have a primer that kind of soaks right in and that it doesn't really, mess with you too much. It feels nice, very silky smooth. Overall, I think it's really good. So yay, Rihanna, for the primer. After the primer, you want to use your foundation. So because Rihanna has 40 different shades, I had a little bit of trouble figuring out, looking on Sephora.com, what shade I would be. It's funny because, obviously the more shades, the better. We want to include everybody and make sure everybody can find foundation that matches their skin. Generally, I'm one of the lightest shades. They call me fair, they call me ivory, it's #1, it's A, it's always, that general tone. I ended up selecting 140 and 150, and I have no idea if they're gonna match. Let's try 140 first, which is a slightly lighter one, because this one looks a little bit dark. But also too, it's hard because sometimes when you see it in the bottle, it doesn't look exactly the same as it does on your skin. If you have doubts, maybe go to a Sephora or go to a store and get color matched by one of the experts there. But for now, we're gonna try number 140. So as you know, with the Beauty Blender, you want it a little bit damp, and I already moistened it a little, but I'm just gonna add, I actually dampen mine with this Jane Iredale hydration spray, which smells like roses. So a little extra, a little spice for you. So you want to make sure you squeeze the excess out, take the foundation, and just dab it under. It feels nice. It's definitely hydrating, which again is very important with foundation. Nobody wants a dry foundation. My skin is actually not the greatest today. I woke up and I had like a little bit of like texture issues on my cheeks and a little extra redness. So this will be really put to the test. So we can see if it really does a good job of covering that. A little extra around your nose, anywhere that you have redness, or under your eyes, especially to hide dark circles. So I'm adding a little bit extra, just like I mentioned, where I have that sort of bump situation. I get it every once in a while. Generally my skin is pretty good, but yeah, it's not a great skin day for me. But I'm liking this so far, and a lot of times when I wear foundation, I end up bringing it all the way down my neck because I tend to, if I am the lightest shade, I'll go like one shade darker because I like to look a little bit tanner than I am. And this is just flawlessly melting into my skin. So I will say I don't really even feel the need to go really down much further than that. So I've done about half my face. This side is done, this side has no makeup. My general impression so far is that it's a really good foundation. So I'll finish the other half of my face and then we'll discuss. So this is the finished look with 140. It's the Pro Filter foundation. I have to say, I like it. I think it probably takes a little bit of practice. I'm not an expert with the Beauty Blender, so I did maybe have to do it a couple more times than a person who's really experienced with it would be. It definitely hides my redness, and it like concealed this weird patch of like bumpy texture that I wasn't happy about this morning. It definitely is a full coverage foundation, which is not something I wear every single day, but I think it's nice for nighttime or if you want to be a little more dressed up. I overall really think it's great, and it feels really nice on my skin. I don't feel like it's too cakey or dry. 2 thumbs up, Rihanna. And then lastly, the brand sent me 2 of her matchsticks. And these are super cool. Well, one, because they are magnetic, and I just think that's fun. I'm gonna be using linen and ivory, and these are obviously going to be concealer colors for me because they're gonna pretty much match my skin. Now you can get, here's a ton of shades. They have like shimmery shades for blush, for highlighter. You can get a darker color if you really wanna go for like a Kardashian level kind of contour happening. But for my purposes, I'm gonna be using this as a concealer. I don't really need much, to be honest, because that foundation did a really good job of hiding any redness or imperfections. But I think, on days where maybe you don't even wanna wear the foundation, you could probably just wear one of these matchsticks. So I'm gonna use ivory. When you're doing concealer, you want to make sure that it's either your skin color or a little bit lighter. So usually when I do under eye concealer, you do kind of like a downward triangle, and I have a separate video on concealer hacks that I'll link to in the info below as well. And you can use a brush, but in this case, I'm just gonna use my finger. I love doing things with my fingers, apparently. People think it's so weird. And just kind of smooth it out, upside down triangle. It feels nice. A lot of time with concealer, it can be a little thicker, kind of like pasty, and this is very, very smooth. So yeah, I like that. A little around my nose. Like I said, I don't really need much because the foundation did a really good job. But you know, if this was, I'll use the other one because it's a little bit darker, the linen color. If you wanted to do like a contour, you could go like this. Obviously, this is not a contour color, but you could if it was a little bit darker. And then you can use your beauty blender or your makeup brush to blend that out. But yeah, I think overall I will give, like I said, 2 enthusiastic thumbs up to Rihanna's Fenty Beauty line. That is my first impression of Rihanna's Fenty Beauty line. Like I mentioned, I tried the primer, the foundation, and one of the matchsticks. If you guys would like me to do more first impression videos, they're actually the most fun for me to shoot because I love sort of just that honest and raw, like, oh, this is interesting, you know, approach to a video as opposed to the very highly produced ones. Comment below and let me know if there's something specific you want me to try. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click that little subscribe button in the corner, and I will see you guys soon. Bye. We have to leave that in.